Sheldon, yeah.
Boom! The Yawa man is back. Yes, I'm back. We are gonna do back to back today, you know. Now, welcome to today's episode welcome to another episode of Yawa of the Day. My name is Sheldon, aka Duku, aka Durag, aka tripping mind, Boston, analytics, bars, my nigga bar, cytoplasm, nucleus, pragmatism, dogmatism, the Now in this episode, yesterday I did the Yawa of the Day video about Desmond Elliot, a Nigerian actor, a lawmaker, a politician, He passed this comment about the NSAS protesters, you understand? And as a result of this statement, social media dragged him to the abyss. He was trending on Twitter, Ghana, and on Twitter, Nigeria. This is the statement he made.
Mr. Speaker, we need to address certain things. The Nigerian youth, the social media, the social influencers, all of these are making the narrative that we are seeing today, except we are joking with ourselves. Social media, yes, though good, has its negative impact. Let me first thank you for condemning the wanton killings and carnage that happened at Lekki. When I went through the comments, I could not believe it, Mr. Speaker. The curses, the abuses from children. And I ask myself, is this Nigeria? What is going on? Children cursing, people having the effrontery to enter an Oba's palace, hold the staff of office. Culture is gone. Mr. Speaker, in the next 5 years, there will be no Nigeria if we don't start now. The youth is not only those who do the peaceful protest. Those who have looted, who have destroyed lives, they are youths as well. Mr. Speaker, pregnant women went into malls, picked things and went away. When shall we change this narrative? I put it to all the celebrities out there, all the motivational speakers. This is the only country we have. The wealthy will go. When anything happens, what is our common saying? We die here. Please, celebrities, please, social media influencers, stop the hatred already. You have a means constitutionally to change government. It's called your P.
So I did a Yawa of the Day video about the statement that he made, saying it was reckless. There was no sense in what he said because the substantive issue that was at hand, emphasis, Sheldon placed emphasis on the substantive issue. He was more like he cared more about respect and the staff of Oba of Lagos and social media being a negative tool and all those things. Meanwhile, in an interview earlier, this man has categorically stated, he won the elections because social media was instrumental in making him the lawmaker at Surulere or whatever he is, the MP. So I did a video saying, nah, asam no ken, asam na papa ne ken, nyansa woma, me akacho, even nyansa woma, like Charlie, they have shot about how many people? 20 people are dead. Peaceful protesters. The military opened fire on them. Some of them are dead. And you, what they can't talk about the what? Respect by this time calling Nigerian youth children because of what? So I did a video and people came to comment, hey, blah, 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 blah. What he said, that sense day inside. Oh, he was speaking fact. He was fine. That was your opinion. Mine was that shit he said was trash. Now, your man has since said what he said, there was no sense in it. Yes. You people that were defending him here yesterday, blah, 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 blah. The man who made the statement has come out to say, has issued an apology to Nigerian youth and the NSAS protesters. And to those of you who what he said, there was sense. So in a statement, in a series of tweets, this is what Desmond Elliot posted. One, I have read your honest feedback and suggestions, and I sincerely apologize for addressing the youth as children. I did not mean to be insensitive with this. It was born out of magnitude of distraction and looting of businesses I witnessed when I went on tour of my constituency. Then second, I saw women crying and my constituency members distraught as a result of the damage inflicted on their source of livelihood. I was moved by this while giving my submission on the floor of the house. I allowed my emotions get better of me, and for this I apologize to everyone my earlier statement may have hurt. Please understand that even the best of us make mistakes. This is why moving forward I ask that we all try to engage constructively on issues that affect all of us. I promise to do the same. I thank you all for expressing your views in and in the future. I promise to be more conscious and aware. Together we will build Nigeria, a better Nigeria. The pain that I feel for my constituent, that calls for assistance, that I continue to get, and the need to mitigate against further distraction and violence will continue to drive my engagement and my work. You can't who I beg. Sorry, my friend Crawford, Nigerian youth as children. And to those of you who sometimes you see, you need to empathize with the people. You need to understand what the people are going through. You can't just wake up and come and be on social media and be spewing rubbish. And that is what your man did, and they dragged him. Hey, in fact, they dragged him proper dragons. Next time, so yes, as I said, he has apologized, and I'm sure the Nigerian youth, or yes, they will forgive him, and yes, he will go about his business and all those things. But next time, when you want to pass comment about people, that you have to be serious about them. Also, yes, this is a video of some delivery of alacrities, so watch.
For me, as a practitioner, and also for the kind of thing I do, I watching it over and over again, I can see why or where people thought it meant regulating the social media space. That was not in any way, categorically in any way what I meant. I never meant. Shut the hell up, liar. When I do things in my constituency, I put it up in the social media space. Go out there, ask for that. Besides, freedom of expression is important. It's constitutional. So I could never have called for the social media space to be regulated. No.
Okay, you say you're not calling for a regulation of social media, but there's a part in that video clip I saw earlier where you're saying that Nigeria may cease to exist in 5 years if nothing is done. What exactly were you referring to?
Thank you very much. Like I said earlier, but let me go back. Actually, that morning I was already at the House of Assembly, just before plenary, and I got a call that Mr. Speaker, House of Reps was coming to the constituency to survey the level of damage. And actually got a call from him. I took permission from my speaker to quickly rush to Surulere, go around, and then I saw, what I saw was heartbreaking. Because the mothers, they were there. And they were there. I saw people who said the same 35 years of their life. I think the monsters who take away, they destroy.
Desmond, this is not an Hollywood movie. Stop crying.
What's going on? And
oh. Emotional blackmail. No.
You know, some had their daughters because there was no job. They had their daughters, spending in their stead, and they're like, what are we going to do? And we're just all feeling bad. And people saying, these people, it's not just hunger, it's anger. They were angry. And obviously, as things were going on, they were saying it was, the things, some of these, quote unquote, I call them our youth, some of these people just get information fed off from the internet, from the social media space. And I said, and as a result of that, it was, that was what was, people were talking about it whilst we were there. So I left there immediately. I would go to plenary. And when I got to plenary, to tell you the truth, I had not gotten over it. I actually had something prepared, which if you notice, I didn't read. The only thing I read was my critiques. But I was overwhelmed. So I never meant that. So what I meant in 5 years was I watched as people were killed. Let's start from the 20th, where it happened. On 20th of October, I was devastated. I stayed all night awake, speaking with Mr. Speaker, and going through our heads. I got with DJ Smithy's Switch's Instagram live. I saw it, but I started getting desperate. So I logged out because the threats were about, oh, you have sent army to go and kill us. And I'm like, oh my God, the thing is changing. It's not about that. So when I got to Plenary one day, it was the whole emotions that went through. And I saw people killing people. I saw people running away with things. I saw people even on that day of the 20th screaming because I hoped for a bit. If we don't control that narrative, we will not have a country. That was what I meant.
Well, absolutely. That's why the video coming from you, who is also a young youth, because that's what the last time I checked, you're actually 44. That means you're still part of the youth. But, we still have to talk about what you had said and even your explanation right now concerning what you're saying, the right to protest. You're saying that the Nigerian youth should not protest, but wait until after 4 years before they make their opinions heard? Is that what you're saying, Desmond?
No,
let's clarify that quickly before we move along.
You have the right constitutionally, you have the right to protest. No, I never insinuated that. What I was saying was that I was encouraging, or rather, because I was very emotional, and I was quite upset. I was saying all those who can influence this change, whilst we are doing this, we should also be sending another narrative, which is we can win this by way of our election. We can get a seat at the table. We can now have our budget and they look at we can influence the youth, because the mobsters didn't understand that it was a peaceful protest. If we now emphasize and put so much on vocational education and put so much in educating them, put so much in understanding who we are as a people, I think it will help. So that was what I meant. That was what I meant, and I totally apologize if it came out the other way, the wrong way. And yes, as a youth, I totally stand for the rights of the youth. I totally stand for what the youth stands for.
Now I'm really excited that you came on this interview, because there's a lot of clarifications that you have made so far. But still talking about clarifications, there was something you said about, the government at the center and the fact that the states don't have as much power as they're supposed to do. Are you calling for restructuring, Desmond, as we get ready to wrap up this conversation?
Thank you very much. Now, this is part of what the narrative I was talking about. And I was hoping that whilst we were talking about...
My name is Sheldon, and yes, thanks for subscribing to my YouTube channel. If you have not subscribed, please click. Hey, my phone.